3, 2. Welcome back to Our Opinion Podcast. I'm your co-host Terrence, here with my co-host Michael and Jhoan. What's going on, guys? Jhoan, you had something you wanted to discuss?
Something very crucial and important.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
So I was watching this show. It's called Love is Blind.
Oh, that's where this conversation popped up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching it with my girlfriend.
I thought it was just you
Love is
repeating
Blind.
that phrase.
No. And I saw the intro, right? And I saw all the guys and all the girls because they're going to have blind dates. And then at the end of it, it's like they marry each other.
Right.
I found out that the show, they only date for 10 days. The show, the whole season takes 38 days to record.
Gotcha.
So they fall in love, blah, blah, blah. Love is Blind. There's only one thing that I thought was kind of off. They were all decent looking. Like, all the guys were, kind of in shape. Not, nothing bad. The girls, same thing. So then I asked, is love really blind? Because these guys are all decent looking. There's no ugly people in this. There's no, 300-pound people here.
Well, no. I think that, what's it called? I think that kind of already happened in past seasons because I've heard about other people talking about it, that's the show on their podcast. And they bring it up as in they you can tell the people aren't allowed to ask questions about fitness and
but that's what I'm saying. So that's perfect for an ugly dude to just slip right through and get whatever he gets.
The example I was going to give was there was an Indian guy who was really into fitness. He exercised much.
He worded he's like, oh yeah, I like to go to concerts and have girls on my shoulders. Would it be possible to live to you on my shoulders?
Could I do that with you?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
So she was like, that's kind of rude. That defeats the purpose of this. He's like, you're totally right. But you never answered the question.
Yeah.
And again, it didn't matter because she wasn't that. None of them are bad. They're all decent people, decent looking people.
So what's your point?
They should have some ugly I will personally be writing a letter that I need some ugly people, some big people, some people that really...
Why do you think they need ugly people, though?
Because love is blind. It doesn't matter.
No, but they have already had that, though. Is what I'm saying to you. They've already
So you're saying they've already had
ugly people on there?
Yes, they've already had big people.
So you just had a different season.
What I'm saying is, there was one where they're they were talking about it in there, and they say that after the whole interview, they're like, okay, well, I pick you. And it's if you could tell the person, hey, do you trust me? You want to pick the other one. And then it's after they find out who they picked, and it's they're just you look at it in their face and dang, he's they say after an interview, oh, well, I'm sure I'll find an attraction towards this person. Eventually I'll be attracted over time.
See, this is the season 2 people that I've watched. This is the second season.
Right.
Okay. So, what season did you see?
I don't know.
I'm talking about people we're talking about on our podcast.
I don't know if it's a different show then, because again,
I'm pretty sure it was the same. I think it was the same show. Maybe there's a similar show.
He said, "Look, bro, these
all those
kind of
look like
decent people."
Look up Love is Blind, heavier set woman.
Look,
wow.
Season 1.
Y'all are stretching it now.
I don't know what to say. Maybe it's a different show. Maybe I'm thinking of a different show.
I'm not even going towards I'm talking about in general. I want a fat dude to really be breathing heavy. What I like to do is cook for my shorty, this and that, and love is love.
You hear the bass in their voice type.
Yes, I want some of that. But they were all that season 2.
Well, at the same time, the show's gonna put on what they're gonna put on for rating purposes and shit too,
Yeah, they all look pretty good.
Again, love is not blind.
But see, bro, we not really caring here for the whole actual concept of the shit, bro. It's more of a money scheme. We don't give a fuck about love, actually. Come on now.
I guess on that, do you feel like love is love?
Love is
blind.
But love isn't blind.
Go ahead. Look, I heard something this morning that was pretty wise. Hold up.
Here we go. It's always some shit with this, man.
Always looking something up.
You couldn't just keep it in the head from before.
See, I need him in the show, bro.
That was a really specific.
I need him in the show.
Okay. How did he know? Why?
Something like this.
Okay,
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I mean, the thing is, that's probably the same reason they're not having bigger women on there, for the exact same reason that they're not having bigger men.
I think they should. Love is blind.
Right, but we just
Because they say
explained it.
they look after. Because look, this is how it goes. They like do dates, 15 minutes long. There's a wall in between. You can't see them. And then they go and they have. Oh my god! Like I have a great connection with this person. Like honestly, like if I don't care like how they look. Like they could be the ugliest person in the world, and I feel like I really had a connection with them. And I kind of want to call them out on their bluff, like.
That's right.
He said, so really?
That's what I'm saying.
He said, so really? Anything in the world? You sure?
Love is blind. They're like,
No, that's true.
they like before they meet up, like I'm so nervous, but you know they could be, 300 pounds, 5 feet. They could be 7 feet, 8 feet. Like I don't care, because this is the man that I love. It's like, bet, like all right, like that's.
And they just introduced random people, right?
Yes, but again, it's only out of those like 15 people that you just saw. The 15 guys.
But
And
how
15
you gonna
girls.
call somebody you met for like a week?
That's also just, yeah.
Most of them end up like proposing, or the guys propose to the girls by the end of the 10 days.
That's how it is on The Bachelor and Bachelorette too.
Really?
They-
They get to
I
see
feel
who
like
they
that's-
are,
They
but
going-
I feel like that's the biggest.
See, but that's
you-
they
you-
get to see
you
each
get
other,
see who they are, but you
and they have like actual dates though.
You date them for like a month, and then by the end of it, you either propose to someone, or you get proposed to, or you leave single.
Yeah, see, but
You
again,
either leave engaged or you leave.
Have they
single.
ever had like
no, see, but
Have they
the
ever had,
Bachelor
like-
have real
like-
dates.
big dudes or big guys?
No,
The
they're
Bachelor?
all they're all supermodels.
I
That's
get-
how these shows are.
That's what I was saying.
See, but this
It's
one
a
is different
show,
because
bro.
love is blind, meaning
But
it
it's
doesn't
a
matter.
show, bro. That's not
It
the
doesn't
point.
matter.
You're still not understanding
Yeah.
what we're saying to you, Jhoan. Like you're
They don't care about the actual purpose of the show, bro.
They'll be getting a strongly letter,
And they not
Strongly letter.
They're gonna
strongly
laugh.
worded letter by
They're
me.
gonna laugh at your
There you
shit. But yeah, love is definitely not
They're
blind.
gonna
Love
wipe
is
their
not
tears
blind.
with $100 bills. Is what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like, "Damn, that's unfortunate," and move on with their day.
See, because the Bachelor's different. They have actual dates. Like they go on picnics.
Yeah, but again, they're all
kayaks.
dimes, so it doesn't matter.
Right, but then they keep it a buck. Like like connection with her, but she was a lot prettier, and he'll say that. And it's like, hey, like he's keeping it a buck, so cool. But this one, I just don't like the fact the line.
Okay, with the
But love
shows-
is love.
right. But how do you feel about that? Do you feel like
Love is blind.
Love is Blind?
I don't think love is blind. You gotta have some attraction. You can't just, there's gotta be some sort of attraction. But this morning, love is like you know what you're getting yourself into. So like if a girl likes a big guy, like I'm talking about like big, like oh yeah, this is my teddy bear. Like she likes big guys. Love is love. But love isn't blind.
Because she knows she was getting herself into.
Yeah.
I get you.
Well, I mean, if you're just physically attracted to that, like
Exactly, because
Right.
that's what you
what
love.
you're
Love is
attracted-
love.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you're
that's
attracted to.
I do believe that there are like
some guy
women that end up with like really like the athletic guys, and there are really athletic women that end up with big guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and they're just attracted to that.
Because
'Cause love is love.
I also feel like
Yeah.
for some
Yes.
people it actually doesn't matter. I think for us it does matter, but I don't think that for some people, a certain specific set group of people, that it doesn't matter to them as much as it does for others. Like I'm sure for some people it's a really big priority to have a really pretty or like nice body looking female as opposed to their personality, as opposed to some people have a lot more leeway with that because they're like, okay, well she's really pretty but she has an awesome personality, and you
Right.
know what I mean, stuff like that.
It just depends on what you're looking for, I suppose. But yeah, love is love, but it's not blind. Just to clarify. Just to clarify.
Right, love is love, but love is not blind.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it's not.
Yeah.
I think we knew that going into it.
Huh?
I think we knew that going into it though.
Some people really do be trying to play like Love is Blind though.
Like the people on the show, love is not. It's not.
That's because TV shows are acting.
It doesn't matter how many times you tell them. You already told them. Like, it doesn't matter.
No, they're not
there
acting.
now.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you tell them at this point. So, what was that other topic?
The big one.
The big one.
That boy Russia.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about McDonald's up in their charge or their prices.
Only you would notice that.
I didn't know. I just made that up on the spot.
Nah, you seen the gas prices though?
Oh yeah, that shit's
Them
crazy.
bitches.
It's like
pissing me off.
$3.40.
Call the pause. Do you remember when you would go
It's
like
like
get?
$3.60 in Whitewater.
you remember when you would go get him a chicken and that shit was $1.09?
$6.
Go ahead and tell them when we
$6,
used to
like-
split the.
Oh, back in the day.
Gangbang.
Like
$5?
$5?
$2.
$2.
Nah, niggas was broke, bro. $5, we really came up. Everybody got their own sandwich. Nah, but yeah.
Now that shit's like $1.40, $1.50, something like that.
You just gotta make your shit on your own, man.
But that's just not even as good as it used to be. Bro. Do you remember the spicy McChicken?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had the McChicken, the McNuggets, and they just.
Don't you ever say anything on my comment.
You said
you
like,
have
the
them after
bitches
the-
is ass.
look, I eat. Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Not good.
You were saying something about McNuggies.
They just don't taste the same.
McNuggets are pretty good though. Okay. I don't know. I'd really fuck with them. I can't eat them plain, but with sauces they hit. For sure. With sauces.
You seen the new shit they doing with the little hacks and shit?
Bro, that shit is like I feel like they're just like we gotta do something. Like we're not trying to drop new items, but like we gotta, you know what I mean?
They-
Throw some
The-
shit
the
together and
secret
call it a
menu?
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sea, no.
Yeah, you right.
Sky,
Yeah.
sea, and
Yeah.
land.
Yeah, whatever the
Like
fuck
sky,
that bullshit is.
land, sea, something like that.
Gross. Nah, but seriously though, you guys want to talk about Russia?
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah, go, nigga.
Okay.
What the fuck you got?
Well, I mean, as I'm sure most of you know, Russia did invade Ukraine. And at first, it kind of seemed like they weren't really doing, like they weren't going to do it. They weren't being successful for a good majority of it. But then after, I don't know what the fuck. I guess they just started bombing more shit because they weren't doing that as much. Like they were doing it, and it's actually really fucked. They were doing it in like residential homes, and that's why they're being investigated for stuff like that. They're being investigated by I think what is it, like the European like committee of like that investigates war crimes, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, the international exactly. Well, can you repeat it like clearly?
It's an international court. A bunch of countries brought like the charges up against Russia to the court, and now they're going to charge them, or they're going to investigate their war crimes.
But I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Like, oh no, you know what I mean?
Well, they can, depending on what they get charged with, like Putin could literally get sentenced to like life in prison. They could
In Russia?
take away parts of Russia's army. Like,
I mean, what if he
happened-
just starts bombing shit?
What if he does a WWE move and just tag team somebody in like China and be like, let's go?
Well, then
That's World War
it'll
III.
probably be like an all-out war. These couple of countries against like all of NATO, and NATO is most of the world. They just can't do anything about it until Russia or Russian troops step foot in a NATO country.
Oh, so you know what's kind of crazy? How Putin has kind of used this opportunity to be like, you guys are so focused on this war. There's wars going around the whole world. he's like, yeah, we're bad. He's like, but other people are doing it too. And he's like, you guys are worried about the piece of land, Ukraine. He's like, well, what about Mexico and United States? He's like,
Hey,
what about California and Texas? He's like, what happened there?
I saw a meme that said that Russia was like messaging Mexico like, hey, you want Texas and California back? Why? Just asking.
Mexico said that they're not going to impose any sanctions or anything on Russia. They're not dealing with it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be a bad guy to anybody.
They want to stay completely neutral.
They about to get Texas back.
At this point though, like Russia's pretty much been sanctioned from everything else. Like Visa, like has stopped all transactions on Russian banks.
Yeah.
Apple Pay.
Like Apple Pay, they like, for example, like not as important stuff like esports
That's tough.
organizations. You got
That's why
fucking
crypto's going up.
movie companies and stuff like that.
Don't say that dumb shit. Don't say that
Yeah,
dumb
and like people are just they're just done dealing with Russia right now. Like they can't compete in any like major sports like tennis, golf, or fucking like the Olympics, soccer. They're banned right now temporarily from being able to play. Maybe it's permanently, but being able to play in those sports. Like they can't even like bring a team up, like play. Yeah, it's pretty tough. No cap. They really fight. And then the worst thing is that like. Supposedly most people in Russia don't really want to go with the war, and I guess
they don't know. Their soldiers don't know the real reason that they're there.
yeah. Apparently they were sent out for training exercises, and then what happened to them is I saw like footage of somebody that was captured, and they said, well, they told us like, hey, we're in war, so if you're saying that you're not on our side, we can see you as an enemy, and therefore shoot you if we wanted to. So it's kind of like you're doing this.
You're
or
either
you're doing
with us or
this.
you're against us. Well,
Yeah,
like,
so-
Training.
There's even been footage and stuff like that of them saying that Ukrainians are holding the soldiers and stuff, and they're like, yeah, you guys can have the soldiers back, but their mothers have to come pick them up. That is some petty stuff. The mothers of the Russian soldiers have to come pick them up, and you can go back to Russia.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're cooperating with Ukrainians, you're just gonna get killed once you get back to Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not allowed to. There's anti-war propaganda is illegal in Russia now.
People are getting arrested just for
They're
protesting.
They're invoking martial law in Russia.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked. Do you guys have any information other than that on it?
Oh no.
I just look at memes.
As soon as you brought up that first one, I was like, so this is what you got to offer. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, no. That's why I said y'all want to talk about Russia, because I was like,
Yeah.
shit.
You might end up going, Michael, if there's World War III. They're gonna look at your stats
still
for
haven't signed up for the draft.
COD. They're gonna look at your COD ranking.
I still haven't signed up for the draft. I'm Gucci. I got time.
Do you really?
I do. That's on 25. Man.
You know how long wars last?
That's fine. If it starts in 4 years or 1 year, and then
It's gonna be a
sign up on
while.
25.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
And then
before
that's
we
assuming I
draft.
get drafted instantly as soon as I sign up. You know what I mean?
As
Do
soon
you
as
think
sign-
girls should be drafted?
Huh?
You think women should be drafted?
110%.
Bro, I saw.
he didn't expect that.
I saw this meme. I saw this meme where it's after the World War III started popping up. There's this video. There's a girl that was supposed to be a feminist, or her feminist friend was there, and she's like, "No, we have to obey them. They are our masters."
Well, it's a tough thing because, as a woman, you either want equality, you want to be equal to men, or you don't. And part of being equal to men is being drafted.
Factual.
But you shouldn't be able to get drafted if you can't meet the standards. That's a big problem. In my opinion, in the military, is they change standards for women.
yeah, they do. For a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and for a female, an army firefighter. If I can't put you on my back and carry you out of a burning building with all my gear on, I have absolutely no business being a firefighter. Absolutely not.
I mean, that's kind of the reason, for something where they don't change the rules. For example, a Navy SEALs.
Mhm.
That's why you don't see women Navy SEALs, is because they
As
don't.
many.
Okay.
There are some.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as I know, okay, but that's why it's a lot tougher for them to get through it, is because that's one of the places where they don't change any of the rules. You're doing the
because
same exact
men
things.
are physically built different.
Yeah.
Can you say it one
exactly.
more time? For the people in the back?
You guys, men are physically meant to be stronger. They are, and it's.
And some people are curling their toes right now here
I
and
know
there.
that
I'm
they
just
are,
like,
but it's true. Just y'all aren't meant to have babies. If it wasn't for women, y'all wouldn't be here.
What do you mean men can't have babies? What do you mean by that?
See.
What do you mean
Y'all
by
don't
that?
have uteruses.
Whoa.
There's a couple women, or a couple men now.
A couple men now that have had
Okay,
babies.
naturally, you guys cannot have kids.
Okay.
Naturally, without women, none of us would be sitting here.
See, that information is safe with me, but I don't know. Once this goes up and people know.
So there's differences, but yeah, I 110% think women should be able to get drafted.
Yeah.
Y'all want to be equal?
Y'all
There's equality. I'm saying y'all isn't women.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all preach equality. If
Facts.
you want it, being drafted is equality.
I mean, all that stuff is based off of your intelligence anyway, right? They give you a test to determine
Yeah,
where you're
except
actually
for
going to end up.
Unless they really need you.
And you have to literally be a complete idiot to fail the ASVAB.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's literally common sense.
Damn.
You'll be good as long
I
as
heard
you're
some
not
people were real
straight
close to failing that.
Really?
Yeah, that's tough.
It's really easy. I've taken it.
I've taken it too, and they're like, "Oh, you really you got a pretty good score," and I'm like, "Cool." I mean, I'm in my head, I'm like, "It don't matter what I got because I'm not going." But bro, they almost got me for a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They really did.
I'm right there with you.
There was a point, because they really make you feel like you
know what?
You're part of the team. You know what I mean?
I still kind of want
Hey, that's why we not gonna get drafted.
I
You
don't
better
know.
look at my
I'm
coach,
sure
bro. You
people
gotta look at the
in the
whole-
military. If anybody's watching this, they're just like, "You guys are probably useless." No, we probably are. I'm just saying,
literally, it would be so nice
Oh,
to have my
fuck.
college before.
That is. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of neat.
Fuck.
Yeah, like if you could get a job where you're like doing like some UAV or just drones, like that's it. That's what's up.
That's what you're shooting for?
No, like if you are going to join the military or Marines, like I would shoot for a position where I'm in the United States controlling some shit overseas.
I'm not trying to fucking.
The National Guard.
See, I'm on like the other opposite. Like I'm the opposite.
Oh, you trying to?
If I went into the Air
Boom.
I would want to go in the Air Force if I wanted, and I would.
She's trying to hold one of the bazookas in.
Oh, well, okay, but Air Force is like okay. You're assuming a high set of standards at that point because it's hard to be.
I thought
in
you was
Air
going to be
Force.
like Rambo.
Like like to be like a. Compared to the other
You
ones,
have to get a better score
Huh?
on
She
the
clumsy.
ASVAB. You have to mentally. You have to be better, but like
She'll get the
physically,
dove.
basic training for the Air Force is.
Nah, bro.
Well, but that's
Nah,
not like
bro.
that's why I don't even consider that is
Fucking
because
right.
I know I'm not that smart.
Stole your name
So like
back
for
off
me,
the
what I'm
tree,
saying
come
is
back.
if I were to have to take a position, I'm taking one inside. You know what I mean? Taking it the safe route. But like if you were in the Marines, would you go step foot? Like are you doing the on the ground?
Yeah.
Really? You're
Oh,
down?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Do
would
you
never-
own a gun?
I would never go into the Marines.
Do you own a gun?
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
I own 3.
What kind?
You got one right now?
They're all hunting guns. They're-
Really?
He said, "Are you got one with you?
Are you
I
strapped?
wanna get-
He said,
I
"Are you
wanna get
strapped
my
right
PC
now?"
to carry this
Like
stuff.
hunting rifles or like okay, so you don't have any
I
like
have 2 rifles
ARs.
and I have a shotgun.
Hey, yo, you guys, you finna get a his and hers set?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited to turn 21 to be able to conceal carry no cash.
That's what this
You
Oh,
wanna
you
be
guys
like,
still haven't done that?
I'm 22.
like chicks like this?
Oh, you already. I told her I was gonna do it. Will bro, you already know for that both of those.
I was
Yeah,
more
man.
focused on
know
going
we're
on
abroad,
vacation
yeah, but-
than buying a gun.
Because like if you want to
FBI
get a
shit.
good gun, they're expensive.
They're expensive, and my mind last year was on vacations. I went on like, I think I went on like 10 last year.
Yeah,
10
I'm about my
vacations.
strap this summer though.
You gonna get it? Yeah. I'm gonna get mine too. Bet. Let's go
I'll
get it.
probably get it even before I get it. It's cool.
What you whispering for?
Cause we on camera.
It's the ops could be watching.
You know, we ain't finna be putting the business out there like that. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I like going just to Cabela's and just browsing guns. I fucking love guns. I don't know what it is that
We
people
gotta
have.
go to the range, man.
No, obviously. If I had a gun, yeah, I'm going to
I
range.
don't think there's anything wrong for a lot of people don't having like a healthy fear of them. Like I definitely have a healthy fear. Like I enjoy shooting guns. I know how to be safe with them, but I definitely have a healthy fear against them.
Did you get a rush?
And I think that you're
Whoa, that's hunting. That's crazy.
a little bit.
I feel like, yeah, if you're hunting.
No, she didn't say to hunting or not. She just gets the rush and she got that motherfucker in her hand.
I mean, for me, like, I guess as soon as I do get a gun, knowing I'm going to get a gun, it sort of gives me a little bit more anxiety just because I'm like, okay, like, you now have the ability to go to the extreme.
Yeah, motherfucker. The
Gee, I don't know.
automatic life.
You got the kill switch.
Yeah,
There have
literally.
been times that I wish I had one.
Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah.
There have been many
But
times
see,
that I wish I had one.
I feel like, it's tough though because he just tricky. The law can be tricky sometimes in terms of how like.
Well, in Wisconsin, for
Profoundly
you to
used.
shoot your gun, somebody has to shoot it first.
See,
That's crazy.
that's crazy.
What if the one shot is all they need?
I was gonna say,
But-
like, look.
No. No, like the thing is, like if they threaten
I'm
you
gonna
and they like
bust
shoot
that
the gun
thing.
even in
I
the
got
air,
to, bro.
you then have the right to shoot them and kill them. As soon as they fire the weapon.
If you also feel like you're actively, like if your life is actively in danger, like last year, or not last year, this fall, someone tried to break into my car while I was in it, and like 110%, if I
Blam,
would've had
blam,
my gun,
boy.
I would hit him with the
if I
no
would've
look
had
like
a
this.
gun, I would have pulled my gun out and I would have pointed at them and told them to either you can either
And then backed
move
off.
or I'm going to shoot and kill you because I'm afraid that you are going to hurt me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, at that point, it would have been one of those like
You're either gonna
versus
kill
the
me or
state
I'm
of
gonna-
Wisconsin
yeah.
type of thing,
I was-
isn't it? I think.
The only thing I just thought of when you said that was the guy on TikTok that fakes the fakes all the gun shit as him being you, and then somebody trying to rob him. He's like, yeah.
The Detroit safety guy.
That's all I just make sure right now. Like if he was in your position, he'd roll down the window, let the gun in.
Could you imagine like you're actually a robber, or like you're actually trying to steal somebody's car, and like mid robbery you have it to their head, and they're just like, Okay, folks. So at this point, you're just like, whoa. I feel like that would tweak you out. Okay, folks. So at this point, what you're gonna do is like, what are you doing? Stop talking. You know what I mean? Like, I back up. Like, whoa, what are you doing?
Had him in his book. Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah.
That bitch is already on you.
I mean, I did hear that like all that stuff is like ridiculous, but like in a realistic sense, what he's saying is the only reason you should be using this is if you fear you are actually going to die. He's
right.
Like, he's like, you should never use this if you think you can get away with your life. He's like,
yeah.
if they just want to take your items or take your car or, you know what I mean? Like, you're good. Like, just give it to them. They're like, this is only if they are intent and 100% they know they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, fuck it. Why not try if you know you're going to die, though, at that point, you know?
Someone's going to take my car, bro.
You can't shoot him for that, though. That's the thing.
I mean, I'm not going to shoot him for
But you really going to want it?
You know how bad I'm going to want to pop them?
Like that you were actively scared for your life because you did not know if they were armed.
But at that point, you gotta kind of kill them, though, because if they can prove that you're lying, if they can prove that you're lying in court, and they can say, well, literally, all I did was she wasn't in the car, I hopped in, she started shooting in. That is not a fair reason. We're darker.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm also saying
different.
As a male, you guys have it different than me. If someone was trying to break into my, I was in
I'm
my
with
car.
you.
I was in my car. And if
I'm with
I
her. Like,
shot and killed.
what you
them,
mean? I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna do
fine.
anything.
I
I'm
would
gonna
not
shoot
be sitting in
first.
jail
I'm
right
scared.
Now, what if
I'm as scared as
Terrence
she is. That's what I'm trying to
had
say.
gone through something like that? You think it'd be a little different?
110%.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if you would be sitting in jail right now, but I think it would
But you'd be
a
getting
It would have
ready
been.
to go.
It'd have been a lot longer
Yeah,
process.
it's been a hard case to fight.
Yeah, it would have been a process.
It'd be one of them Kyle Rittenhouse type of
It's
things.
like shit. No other fucking.
that was a tough one, no cap, to get through, but we already talked about that, so I don't even want to get into it anymore.
Yeah, that one.
To be
Yeah.
honest, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh,
You gonna ever buy a gun?
yeah.
When?
If I ever can.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
You guys always forget. Seems very.
I mean, you act like that's something that we're supposed to just like.
You act like you make it part of your identity.
Yeah,
Hey guys, remember?
You guys just rub it in that I'm not. Like, I can't.
Right, because we're just steady.
It's gonna be so fun when we got the guns, man.
First of all, you're never gonna see us fucking say
I was
we
gonna
got the
say,
gun.
no, God, that's facts.
Yeah, like we talked about it. Like, I'm not even gonna post. Like, you know how people get a gun and they post it. They're like, just got this in. Like, I'm super. Like, you're not gonna know I got a
Bro,
gun.
no
unless-
one's gonna know I have a
You don't
gun.
even know my business.
Exactly.
You literally would not know I had a gun.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and if you know I got a gun, that's because I'm about to pull it out.
I was gonna say, if you
Like,
know I have a gun, then there's some shit going down.
Exactly.
We didn't been shot at.
Gun laws in Wisconsin, though.
I don't know them.
You don't know them?
No.
What's the gun?
Well, I
laws?
just know like some of them, like the stuff that I was bringing up, just because I had a friend who was fighting something like that, and he's like, "Oh, well, this is what they told me," and like, but I mean, more in depth, I couldn't tell you for sure.
Gun charges.
You know the only thing that y'all need to do to be able to buy a gun in a store is literally go get a background check. That's
Oh.
it.
Oh, I mean,
That's
yeah,
it.
but if you fail the background check, you're good.
What is
You
I mean,
don't,
if you
You
fail.
don't have to like buy a safe for it. You don't have to take safety classes for it. You don't even have to know how to shoot it if you're gonna go buy it.
I don't think that. I mean, personally, I don't think that matters though for me, because it's like if I go buy a cooking appliance, they're not gonna be like, do you know how to use this before you buy this?
No,
Like,
bro,
it's
no,
it's
no.
not
I
your
think that's
business.
the
Don't worry
equal.
about
You
it.
cannot compare
Yeah, don't
kitchen
worry
appliances to a
about it.
fucking gun, bro. They're
kind
not
of-
the same.
What kind
Listen,
of
if-
background
if,
check?
If I say you want to, if you say
Like
you,
just like a basic, literally a basic.
if you want to have a more strict
Like,
background check,
Like the ones that they do for jobs, or like
yeah,
a
like a basic
like a
background
real.
check that you would have to do for a job.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they want to
You
have a
can get
more
good
in-depth
at it.
one, I'd be
I
down
feel like
for
my
that.
shit would play mariachi music as soon as they do the background check.
Hell nah. He said, yeah,
They
not-
program that shit.
He said, just not just yet.
As soon as they click enter, it's just nope. Nope. Can you get a
That's the
gun?
sound.
Nope.
Oh no.
It's got no. It is pretty tough though. Realistically, I don't think you should be allowed to get like an AR at the age of like 18. That to me is still kind of crazy. Like, I understand like, oh, but they go hunting or like, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But I
With
just
the
feel
AR?
like, yeah, well, people go hunting with ARs.
For real?
Yeah.
You don't need to though.
No, you don't know. No, you don't need to. You definitely, and that's what I'm saying is like.
All you need is a knife.
I don't think you should be able to buy
Feel
an
bad.
AR to go hunting. Like, if you're making the case you're buying a
He said-
hunting gun,
Like
it should
this,
be
like holding
a
your mouth and
rifle,
shit,
like
like,
a
come on, let's
sniper
go.
rifle,
You
or,
could fight the bear,
or
huh?
something like that. I don't know, or a shotgun. But I don't think you should be able to buy an AR at the age of 18.
Like a heavy shotgun, like the one in Fortnite.
This is why you can't get a gun. Don't worry about the headshot.
Imagine I go up there, it's like, you got the MK with the red dot from Fortnite.
Hey, you got a blue pump?
They'd probably tell you to get the fuck out of the store.
You're like, bro, what? Yeah, you don't need a gun. You definitely don't need a gun.
And I see an 18-year-old walking out with the AR. What?
No, but you don't walk out. You don't walk out with that gun on the same day, do you? In Wisconsin?
Depending on what you're purchasing.
Like if you're buying an AR, you get that the day of?
Depending on if you go
Hunting
in and your
season?
background check clears by the end of the day. You can, but a lot of stores make you wait 24 hours.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
there are
say.
certain if
But a
you-
day? That ain't shit, boy.
Okay, that's
No.
extra planning time.
Whoa.
That's what that is right there. I'm just saying.
Hell no.
I'm just saying.
So that's extra planning time.
If you're thinking about doing something crazy and they're like, all right, you get an extra 24 hours. Like,
You said I got bet. You said bet.
That's what I'm
it's
saying. The
fucked up. I'm just, it's an extreme.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
That's crazy.
What else we got? What else is in the news? It's popping right now. I guess the fact that Biden said that, just like, nah, we're not gonna help. By the way, but we sort of talked about this, and like, I think that like, I don't think that we should get involved in the Ukraine-Russia war. Me personally, how do y'all feel about that?
Involved how?
Like, send troops to fight against Russia.
Half of me says no, and half of me says, you know what, there's a lot of Americans that want to fight for their country.
Like, for example, like what Elon did, where he sent like Starlink satellite Wi-Fi
real
over. That's cool. Like, I feel
Is
like
your
we should be
brother still the
supporting
enemy?
them on the low, but we shouldn't be like,
Is that what
hey,
you
we're
give me
about
that
to
look?
start bombing y'all if y'all don't back up off Ukraine. How do you feel about that? Because it seems like you're holding.
Also, the training
If
from
I
Russia.
start talking about this, I'm not going to stop.
We're
Give
just
us,
like-
give us, come on,
just
give us a
little-
rundown. Come on.
just give us a quick run.
I think that Biden is a complete idiot.
Oh no, we already know that. I'm just
You think he should personally be the one?
personally, what to go out, Jhoan? Come on, be realistic.
I think that we should be aiding Ukraine more than we are. Because at this point, we're pretty much just like giving them money and are like, here, figure it out. We're going to have our troops sit on like the border in case they come into another country. But y'all, go ahead.
Right,
crazy.
but do you feel like that even
Here's
with the threats
$1,000
that
that
Russia's
you can't
made,
buy
saying
shit
that
in the
anybody that gets
country?
involved will like face consequences that they've never
the
seen
stores
in
are blown
history?
up.
Like
I
stuff
think
like
Putin's
that.
full of shit.
You don't think he'll do anything though?
I think that Putin's full of shit. Because if he were to like, let's say he were to bomb a United States city,
It wouldn't be
That's it.
Madison. Oh.
that's it. You're done.
It's not nice.
If him or his troops or any of his military equipment set foot on United States soil,
Yeah.
that's it.
Right, but then like
You're done.
don't you think China would get involved then? Because you know they're allies.
Yeah, but you have Russia and you have China.
Like, don't they have an alliance? Like, or don't they
Yeah,
agree?
but it's the two of them. They're not really aligned with anybody else.
There's a
Whereas,
couple more.
like,
There's a couple more. I think it's.
not as much, not like major.
Oh no, like
How
major
big is their
military power.
military
No.
power? Is Russia and China second and third?
First and second.
It's
What?
like.
First and second.
I
no,
thought
it's
we were
not.
first.
No, we're first by
No,
long
last
shot.
time I checked, we was on the podcast. Remember, I looked.
But for what specifically?
Yeah, what were you talking about specifically?
Like if
I
we're talking.
believe that Russia and China do have two of the biggest militaries in the world.
I think they have more soldiers than us.
Yes.
Yes, more soldiers.
Yes. But they don't have like in terms of equipment, intelligence, like they.
Yeah,
you can't
well,
compare.
yeah.
And one of the Koreas is aligned with them, and they have the most nuclear power in the world.
See, capability.
North Korea.
That's different.
Yeah, I think.
That's
But
different.
you have to think on our side, we have the United States, we have Canada, we have pretty much all of Europe.
Yeah.
Africa just kind of does its own thing.
Right? Isn't that?
Africa's
right?
not really like involved in anything.
Right.
Which
You know.
like good for them.
You know what I found out though? Is like they were talking about it. They're like, oh, like it's really dangerous because they have like Sarabamba, which is the biggest nuke or whatever. Like, they're like, but the thing with this nuke is that it'll take hours to reach the target, as opposed to the U.S. Did y'all know that we had weapons in our satellites? Did anybody else know that?
Huh?
Apparently,
Yeah,
we
you
got
ever
weapons
watched,
in our satellites.
The Avengers?
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
We got weapons that are satellites that apparently, when launched, can hit a target in 90 seconds from a satellite. 90? You understand how busted? That's like saying, oh, they got hacks. That's not fair. Their guns shoot faster.
He said their guns shoot faster.
Started that
They don't
NATO
auto-fire.
came out and made a statement and told Russia,
Oh,
if you
fuck.
hit any of our satellites, we are going to take that as an act of war.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of fucked. It's crazy.
Go to war.
Isn't there already like 1,800 satellites in orbit? Like, it's insane how.
That I can tell you.
Okay.
That's
I mean, I'm asking you all this stuff like you're a freaking like you're Google right now, but yeah.
I mean,
like,
this is her major, though. Like,
I mean,
political
I'm
stuff.
also you should
You
know.
know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know about the satellites. I will poli sci major, so I study the politics of everything.
That's what I meant. That's what I
And
meant.
I'm not in a current events class right now. I'm studying policy analysis, which isn't fun.
So who you think will win?
That's easy.
The U.S. or the U.S. and their allies, or just Russia and China?
Hey, he's Mexican.
100%
He's
Russia
Mexican.
can't
He doesn't
even beat
understand.
Ukraine. Ukraine has a smaller military than Russia does.
By far. But they're just the thing with the Russians. I heard they're just poor. They're actually like poor.
Well, they're poor and their soldiers don't want to be fighting this war.
Yeah.
They don't want to be doing this. Nobody wants this war pretty much except for Putin.
What if he's like got like 3 years left to live and he said fuck it, you know?
He said,
Some
fuck
like-
it, I'm
some
gonna
like-
just
animation
just
down,
turn
like-
this shit up real
It's a
quick.
cutscene. He's coughing up blood. Like we have time.
No, that'd be fucked.
That wouldn't. Not if you got sick.
No, I mean like him just like unleashing chaos just for the fuck of it.
Like that'd be fucked if he died. Like I don't think it would.
There was new news with the Russia-Ukraine stuff today, though, that it's rumored that Russians are going to start doing public executions in Ukraine.
Whoosh, whoosh.
So we can
Whoosh.
start seeing that shit on Facebook.
We back to those Facebook. Bro, I saw. Hold up, pause. This is fucking crazy. And when I saw it, it literally like had me broken for a little bit. There was a video on Facebook that somebody shared that it was in New York, and it was somebody walking across the street, and a guy literally just hits him with the car, and like he keeps driving. He doesn't run him over. He hits him with like the back of the car, and then a Cadillac right behind him, like literally like he's laying on the floor unconscious after being hit, beeping as he's pulling up, and this guy literally steps on the guy's head, insta kills him. And he just drives over the body and then just goes about his day. And the guy's laying there like with his neck mangled up and shit.
Yeah.
That was-
The internet's screwed up. You can literally go on TikTok right now and watch the fights in Ukraine going on right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
I
live
found a
streams?
severed head in Green Bay.
I've seen
And then
like
body
30
parts are on the
second,
screen.
1 minute long videos of like tanks rolling
I got a
through
real
towns,
question.
over cars, over people.
Between-
Oh, did you see that
Melon
one where he
flower.
rolled the tank rolled over the
Think,
car?
Mm-hmm.
You think people are gonna start
Yeah, that was crazy.
fighting Russians in
it's
the,
like
the
all
street?
over TikTok. It's crazy.
Here?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Nah.
What are you saying?
Say
What are you
what?
whispering? Having
Nah.
a side
What?
conversation?
Nah, it's not because of that. It's just because like if they ever got to that
But do you
point,
think
we
you-
would. It'd
Do you
be
think
over,
if like
you were saying.
you think if Iraq was in the same position trying to invade Ukraine,
Taliban told like they were like, hey guys, like you should.
I can
probably
definitely see
stop.
some people.
Yeah,
be
they're
like,
not even
"Get out
on the
our
side of
country."
Russia. I heard.
I
Like,
mean,
literally
people would
nobody.
be- like, I mean, if they were actually in the streets and it was to the point where they were trying to shoot civilians,
John,
and
do you
shit,
know what you're talking about?
Niggas gonna
What
fight
are you
back.
talking about?
I'm just wondering, like, because people used to beat up old Asian grandmas because of COVID, bro.
I mean, but the same thing happened. But after 9/11, like there were a bunch of like innocent, like Muslim people that were just
It's
getting.
still stereotyped.
Yeah, they were just getting like.
Right, but I'm
their
just
asses
saying, like,
beat,
do you think
killed.
that's happening with Russians in the U.S.?
It is happening to extent that like people aren't like
Probably
fucking with
not.
Russians,
Oh,
but
no.
not as much as we
Yeah.
probably
That's because they
think.
blend in.
Because Russians look like me.
That's
See,
facts.
that's
Unless it's like Svetlana, like you're not gonna
like you can definitely.
you're not gonna know, to be honest. Like, I don't know. It's pretty fucked, the whole Russian Ukraine situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, tragically.
And wait, okay, hold up. What about Poland and Switzerland? Aren't they trying to join NATO now?
Probably pretty
know
quick
about that?
too. They said, "Bro, we'll sign
Poland
anything."
Poland
Poland
isn't
isn't
NATO?
part of NATO.
Is Switzerland?
No, Switzerland.
In
well,
Finland?
Switzerland.
Oh, that might have been what
Finland
it
is
is.
not either. A lot of the Netherlands are not. Switzerland actually, because they put sanctions on Russia, they broke their 500
For the first time.
year long neutrality.
Yeah, for the first time. That was crazy.
This is the first time they've ever broken their neutrality in a war.
That's it. I feel like when Switzerland breaks, it's like you're doing something wrong.
See, does that also mean
Nobody.
like Russia low-key got it like that? Like, hey, we should stop.
Well, not only that, like Russia's getting hacked by like apparently Anonymous has also waged war, which is a hacker organization. They waged war on them in terms of like online, so they're hacking all their sites. Apparently, they leaked like military intelligence about Russia. They leaked that shit and they hacked it and leaked it.
Because the
Like
people in Russia don't actually know what's going on.
yeah, so like and a lot of the hackers are actually from Russia itself. Like, they want to know what the hell's going on.
It sounds like they just really ain't got shit
Russia's-
going on over there, like
Well, they
productively.
have the propaganda that's being spread around Russia is, oh, the Ukrainians want us there. They're welcoming us. Like, this is for
With-
the better of both of our
with-
countries.
With tanks though?
Thanks.
They're not like showing them like what's actually going on. Like they're making a lot of the people in Russia think like, oh, this is a good thing, and the only reason that their citizens know what's going on is like through social media. And now they're even starting to block stuff through social media.
Oh, bro, you know what was hit? You know what organization was hit super hard in Russia? OnlyFans. OnlyFans doesn't pay. Like they stopped all transactions and
They
payments
said y'all
to
get
Russia.
50% of what y'all used to get.
Yeah, we need a little bit of that bread.
crazy.
So we need a little bit of that bread.
And we can pretend we don't know, but we understand that that's a big hit. That is a big hit for Russia. Okay.
He said we can pretend like we don't know.
Yeah, so like all kind like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube like demonetized videos that are like coming from Russia or like that are like Russia I think propaganda or something. Like they're just everybody's shutting them out right now. So I don't know. If
You
they're
ever
gonna
seen
continue.
Russian hacks? That dude that
Crazy.
says-
I saw a video that, like when I have to shoot crazy Russian hacker. Yeah, that was pretty fucked too. But I know what you're talking about.
No.
What about it, John? Did you just mention it? Just to
Because
mention it?
I feel because he posted something on his Facebook
No,
like, "Hey, I'm not able to make videos like that no more.
What?
My shit keeps getting taken down."
It'd be like that.
Oh damn! See, I thought that he moved out of Russia. To be honest.
I mean,
You
if
would
your
think.
if the name says "crazy Russian hacker" or something,
Doesn't mean he has to be in Russia.
Yeah,
though.
I don't.
he definitely got that accent. Then you're
That
spot.
doesn't
That
mean
has
he has to
nothing
be in
do
Russia
with,
though
like,
to have an
having to be in
accent.
Russia.
Motherfuckers live here and have
Terrence,
accents.
it's just one of those things.
It's just one of those things. It doesn't make
It's
sense
just one of
though,
those-
bro.
I
Like,
know.
it just doesn't make
we
sense.
know.
You just alright.
Can we just what?
Thank you, but yeah,
Make accommodations for your stupidity?
That's
No.
what There'd be sometimes where he says shit and I'm like, ask Terrence about that one, bro, because
yeah, you gotta make accommodations. Anyways.
No, we're just gonna correct you and let you know that you're capping
No,
a little bit. Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
sure.
All right, cool.
I am.
On that note, I guess we can go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. If you want to be a guest, if you have any topics, let us know. Yeah.
On that note, catch you guys. Oh wait, Putin, you're a cuck. Catch you guys on the next one.